Wow, okay. This here, I just recorded a 10-minute video, and guess what, guys? I forgot to hit the record button. Okay. So again, we're going over troubleshooting. We're going over why your numbers are still high. When you say, Ben, I'm doing the system, I'm following systems over symptoms, but my numbers aren't going down. There's a reason. There's always a reason. And you want to know the top 3 or 4 reasons? Well, I'm about to tell you them. Soon as this motorcycle goes by, let's see. The number one reason, 95% of the time, is nobody wants to get a CGM. A lot of people will say, oh, my A1C wasn't high enough, so my doctor wouldn't prescribe me one. Look, if you really are ready to make a change, it's like $40 a month. Is that worth changing your life? You know? Is that worth fixing this problem that we have going on? You can walk into almost any pharmacy right now, get a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor, no insurance. It's like $40, $50 for the month, and start watching your numbers. Because honestly, you don't, just by pricking in the morning and pricking in the evening, or even 3 times a day, that does not tell you what your numbers are. If there was one tool I could have, and I had to start my journey over with only one tool, it would be the CGM. By far, no doubt. Imagine flying a plane. Have you ever seen how many instruments are on the instrument panel in a plane? There's a ton of instruments, okay? Imagine now taking all those instruments out and just looking out of the front of the plane and trying to fly it with none of those instruments. It would be damn near impossible. And that's what it's going to be like, trying to take this journey and, yeah, my glasses are crooked as hell. Take this journey without the CGM. It's going to be almost impossible. So that's number 1, the CGM. Number 2 is almost always the diet. On following your diet, what are you eating carbs wise? Well, I'm not sure. I think I'm eating low carb. No, we don't think. Systems don't think. Systems know. So always keep in mind the 6 to 7 carb rule. If it has more than 6 to 7 net grams of carbs per serving, hard pass. Or you can eat it and stay where you're at. I mean, I can't make that decision for you, but I do want to be there to help you change your life. So that's like number 2 all the time, is the diet. And mostly for the whole diet revolves around the carbs. Oh yeah, well, I did have spaghetti last night, but that was just once. Yeah. And that once becomes something else the next day, and raviolis the day after, and lasagna, and bread, and the carbs are stacking up. It's turning into sugar in your bloodstream, and you're saying, why can't I get my numbers down? Your system doesn't work. The system works. I have strict proof that the system works. If you follow it the way it's designed to be followed, I can promise you it's going to work. Number 3. And number 3 is probably, it's a pretty big one too. I'd say these are the top 3. And this is exercise. Look, I'm not asking you to go out and run a half marathon. But what I'm asking you to do is the same thing I asked you with the other things. Just start. Just get started. I don't care. You know, you might not exercise. You may have never exercised. I talk to people in wheelchairs and I start them out level ground, just pushing their wheelchair around with their feet. I mean, just think of that show, My 700-Pound Life. Some of those people literally cannot exercise at all. They literally lay in bed and do like leg lifts and stuff. But you know what? They've started. They committed. And that's all I want you to do. I don't want you to go out there and exercise yourself to death. Of course not. But I'll tell you what, once you start eating right and your numbers are good, you're gonna have the same problem I have. And you know, my problem is I literally can't stop walking. I don't know what to do. I don't know how. But I have so much energy every single day that I literally have to go out and walk. Last week when I walked 48 miles, I didn't even know it. I looked at my pedometer and was like, holy shit. I can't believe this. But the one night I came in from walking, and I laid down about 9 o'clock, and I literally had so much energy, I had to get back up and go out walking again. My kids are like, what are you doing? I'm like, going walking. They're like, didn't you just walk for like an hour? I'm like, dude, I have so much energy built up because for the first time I'm eating the right things and getting my body what it needs. It's just amazing. It is. So most of the time, if you're having a problem, it's going to be your diet. Not your diet, I'm sorry, the exercise is number 3. So those are just 3 things, like, right off the top of my head, that will affect whether your numbers respond or not. There's a lot more we go through in the modules, so. And always, like I've said, if you have questions, I'm here for this, you know. This can be as personal or impersonal as you want it to be. You will have access to me. I'm not one of those people that are like, hey, let's do this, and then you don't ever hear from me again. You'll have a way to get a hold of me at any times, by email. We can have Zoom calls. Anything that's going to help you, I'm all in for. But all I need you to do, like I said, is show up. Show up and start. And I can help you through anything else. But you have to show up and start. You guys have a great night. Once again, this is Ben with Systems Over Symptoms. Action before talk. I'll see you guys in the next video.